We just received the results of an extensive heat mapping project in Colombia, led by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. It told us one thing we already knew. It is hot in Colombia, but it's how the heat was distributed across the city which this new information reveals. John Quagliarello, a meteorologist with the National Weather Service, says the urban heat island is a well-known feature of cities like Colombia.
And so what we've always known is that in these urbanized areas, we have what we call an urban heat island effect. That results in much warmer temperatures than it does in forested areas or areas that have a lot more shade.
The main takeaways from the study were the huge difference in temperatures across Colombia. The 18.5-degree difference was one of the largest found in the country. Some parts of the city were even 7 degrees warmer than the official high recorded at the airport. You can see once we visualize this data where things are hotter and cooler, and it's not evenly distributed across Colombia. I'm in the Highland Park neighborhood, just north of 277 in Columbia, and as it turns out, this is one of the coolest places you could be on a hot summer day in the capital city. The reason for this becomes pretty apparent as soon as you start to take a look around. The trees provide plenty of shade on the hottest of days, keeping temperatures down. This paired with the grass-covered neighborhoods results in some of the coolest weather in the study. Let's now jump to one of the hotter areas of Columbia based off of the research. We're near downtown, right along Bull Street, and a very different view from that forested neighborhood we were just in. There's not a lot of trees, but what there is a lot of are buildings, concrete, and asphalt. These materials are great at trapping heat and lead to much more heat, especially on summer days. An expanded view of the Columbia Metro shows where we have the highest concentration of these materials. Typically, where we see larger populations and major roads, we see materials which, proven by this study, will result in higher temperatures. This is important to realize as it could impact how heat warnings are handled, especially in the future.
In those more urbanized areas where we see these much higher temperatures, we really need to hit the message harder for those people, letting them know the risks that the heat poses so they can take the proper precautions to protect themselves from the extreme heat.
From Columbia, I'm News 19 meteorologist Cory Smith.